if everybody else is getting
Sit
theirs.
down, be humble.
But if everybody is getting theirs, shut up and dribble is being humble, right?
Nah.
Is it not?
Nah, that's being,
shut up and play ball. No, is that not being humble?
No, that's being complacent. That's being.
If someone's telling you to dim your light, is that being humble or you living in your truth? Because it sounds like you can't do both. You can be humble. No. He wasn't going out there talking.
You're wrong.
I think
being humble.
His personality type is not that of I'm quiet and timid and I'm a church mouse. He's a wild boy.
You can be humble without being that.
Clearly, he's trying to find that balance.
Okay.
But he ain't never committed a crime, so I'm not going to shit on him like he's some criminal.
I'm going to give you the perfect example.
Go for it.
Steve Smith, Sr. Everything.
Top 5 trash talker all time.
Exactly. But we didn't even know that until later on in his career.
No, he was talking
shit. You didn't see that side of him.
He was talking
shit.
He
was never in the limelight like Ocho Cinco. He was never asking for attention. He was never demanding deals like that, like Odell. Exactly.
I think Odell was humble at LSU.
He put his head down and he was just working, and people knew he was the best without having to tell people.
But wasn't Odell doing that his first 3 years too? His rookie year?
Not when you're calling out the player, the messiah of your franchise.
And Eli Manning's overrated. I think we can all agree. And if it wasn't for him beating Tom Brady, he wouldn't be a Hall of Famer.
You don't even like Odell Beckham Jr. That's why
Actually,
I don't know
why.
I don't know why you're defending him.
Because I watched him play in college, and I'm like, wow. All you needed was a competent quarterback, and you would have won a national title. Because they literally were in a national title game, and Zach Mettenberger was fucking trash. Like, all they needed was a competent QB. You had NFL running back in Jeremy Hill, 2 NFL receivers in Odell and Jarvis Landry, an NFL offensive line, an NFL defense, and they literally couldn't beat Alabama for a national title. Maybe that stuck with him. And when he came into the league and when he got in New York, everything blew things up. But I'm not going to sit up here and say that, he's not a humble person. He gives back. I think people confuse
I'm not saying he's not humble
with being outspoken.
I'm not saying
he's outlandish.
I'm not saying that he's not being humble. What I'm trying to say,
Dennis Rodman was humble.
What I'm trying to say is
a psycho, but humble.
What I'm trying to say is, humble people don't look back and say, "Oh, my humbleness is a weakness." Like,
how do you know that?
You don't look at it that way.
Was
you're
Jordan
humble. You're
Jordan
humble by choice. You're humble. No, Jordan was
Kobe
not
humble.
No, he wasn't humble.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
He worked his ass off, and he talked his shit and backed it up and helped people along the way. He, literally birthed a whole generation of NBA players.
So you think that makes him humble?
It has to be.
I would say he's humble in the fact that he was a student of the game and respected
his craft,
the lineage, and the craft, and the history.
Ain't that what Odell does? Doesn't Odell respect his craft as a receiver? So it's like, what are we saying? Humble
but Kobe
with the media
Kobe,
or humble in his craft? If he was some bum-ass receiver who acted like this,
but what I'm telling you
is
is Kobe didn't look back at himself and say, "Oh, I shouldn't have been humble those first 4 years." No, because he was like, that was the role that I'm in.
He was a cocky motherfucker.
That was the role that I was in
his life.
That is what made me into who I am. Like, that humble dude in high school changed once I got to the McDonald's All-Star game. He's even talked about that. He wasn't humble. You're right. But that's what I'm saying is humble people don't call themselves humble. They just are. Like, that's their being.
But they can say at this point in time in my life, I wasn't
because
humble.
When you're talking about being humble, it's like defeats the whole purpose because you're talking about yourself. It's like undercutting the whole situation.
I think in his case, he thinks he sounds like he confused being humble with just being outspoken and unapologetic. Because you can be humble and unapologetic. You just ain't out there in everybody's face all the time. But if you're going to be out there in everybody's face all the time, but then you want to say, I just want to be left alone, and it's like, well, that's confusing. Because you're out here in everybody's face all the time, then trying to say you're humble. Like, no, just say, I was one of the best players in my position. up until I got hurt and the team got trash, and I got blamed for our trash-ass defense, for our trash-ass quarterback, for our trash-ass offensive line. And even then, when you brought in a Saquon to try to replace me, I welcomed him as a teammate and wanted to stay, and then you just eventually traded me. And then I go to Cleveland, and then I have to deal with Baker Mayfield fucking underthrowing me and blatantly missing me on 80-yard touchdown bombs, but I'm still being humble. But then I got to deal with everybody saying I'm a locker room cancer, and I'm this and I'm that. And eventually you get to a point where you just say, you know what, fuck all y'all. So I understand his viewpoint of like, yo, I've tried to do everything the right way, and it still didn't work. And you say I'm not being humble, but you don't even know me because I came from humble beginnings. I'm gonna dead your whole
argument. Humble people don't fucking pull up on Drake on the first day of surgery. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, first off,
humble people
that's
don't
a different
go.
Humble people
Drake is
different.
Humble people don't kick it at Drake's apartment for like a month.
I gotta veto that shit.
Humble people don't kick it with Drake and flex on the internet.
How do you know?
Humble people don't.
Do you hang with Drake?
Humble people don't.
The price of his bed is insane.
Humble people don't flex with fucking baby powder on a tray and an Instagram model in their fucking bedroom wearing a fucking chain.
He didn't take that picture. Some snitches did.
Either way,
if I was in France with some models doing coke, do you think I would want everybody to take pictures? No, I'd smack the shit out of whoever took the picture. First off,
either way,
that's a whole nother story.
Either way, I think
everybody's definition, people convince humble and think it's like a permanent personality trait when it's like, no, it's just like it can be described. Are you humble in your profession? Yes, but are you humble when you're being unapologetically you? Maybe not, but that doesn't mean you're a bad person. You can be humble, quiet, and a total prick.
All right, man. Last thing, you got to take our tangent on any of the Madden ratings you want to go off on, real quick.
Just start hitting gunshots, please. So somehow Darius Slay was an All-Pro corner, but is like an 88 overall in Madden, and ran like a 4.36, which means he's naturally fast as hell, but got a slow speed rating. That's a gunshot. Patrick Peterson's like 88 overall. But he's been so great.
He was cracking last year.
He was injured.
But he should at least get a legacy 91, bro.
He has to get a 91.
He got to at least be in the 90s.
He didn't lose no speed. Nobody throws to him. Oh, yeah. We're going to get on Asante Samuel and Darrell Green. I just remembered that. But that'll be the next one. But also, I look at the fact that Richard Sherman got a play recognition of 99. Did y'all watch the Super Bowl?
Stop.
That's
foul.
Didn't look
That's
like
foul.
99 play recognition in the Super Bowl, my guy. I'm just saying that was at least 3 gunshots because that's how many footsteps Sammy Watkins had on his ass.
You ain't getting a gunshot.
That's a gunshot. That's a conflict of interest. You're literally not. I'm
not giving you a gunshot.
That's a gunshot.
He already admitted he played sorry and said he's gonna get better. So
no, you can't get faster. Like Sammy Watkins is just faster.
Richard Sherman is more humble than Odell Beckham Jr. I'll just say that.
Is he humble in general?
Humble adjacent. I would say he's humble, somewhat. Yeah.
Humble pie.
He's humble because he's honest about where he comes from. Like he's like.
So, what's the difference between him and Odell?
Odell is much more. He blames it on other people. The
Giants were terrible.
Okay, but it's not just the Giants. It's Baker Mayfield. He had issues with Mayfield.
Because Mayfield was terrible. Everyone said Mayfield.
He has issues with everybody else but himself. It's like...
Bro, they couldn't get Jarvis Landry the ball.
But I get it. Anyways.
This is
continue on the Madden ratings.
On your part. Harrison Smith somehow is the best safety in Madden, and I don't understand it.
I just feel like you're going to be the third member of the Drake and Odell trio now. Like, I'm going to see you in the background at Drake's house, Gallo Blacklist.
Bro, I'm going to just be grilling and eating food and minding my own goddamn business.
Yeah.
If I ever get that invite, I'm gonna not talk to you no more. I'm a big time you for sure. Fucking peasant.
After all that shit you talking about Drake, all you need to do is hit your line one time and we're all good.
Yeah, it ain't no beef.
Fucking mouth?
It ain't no beef.
What are you mouth?
It ain't no beef. It's not like a Meek and Drake thing. I didn't put out a back. I didn't fucking put out
all somebody has to do is
Drake.
search your fucking Twitter handle and Drake and see all the slanderous shit you said over the
But
past
it's funny because all the things I say about light-skinned dudes are true. As someone who was technically born light-skinned and got darker as he got older, I know how they think.
All right, my only tangent on the fucking man ratings is...
Oh, I wasn't done yet.
Oh, you're taking forever and we only got like 13 minutes.
Shit, this one's going to take 2, but go ahead.
Anyways.
I'll just save it for the rant.
Anyways, my only thing about the fucking man ratings is just fucking drop them, bro. Like, we literally have nothing else going on, but that doesn't give you an excuse to fucking drag out stupid-ass Madden ratings for like 3 weeks. Last week it was the rookies and QBs. This week it's positions. Like, when did all of a sudden Madden ratings become Woj bombs? Like, nobody gives a fuck about Madden ratings. They change every week. People go in there and edit them and upload new ones. Like, I get it. Like, you want to talk to these athletes on your fucking Zoom calls and IG lives about something, and the Madden rating, like, oh, what do you think your Madden rating would be? It's a fucking easy question. But guess what? Nobody cares. Just drop the fucking ratings and drop the fucking game, and let's move on.
You do realize that Jamal Adams and Devin McCourty both are 92 overall.
I fucking hate Devin McCourty.
But
I mean, like, as a person, he's cool. He's done a lot of shit off the field. He is humble.
He's humble
but
cake.
As a player, like, he's just overrated to me. I'm sorry.
Why you hating on the one great Rutgers player? You hating on him? I'm just saying, Harrison Smith was getting burnt for touchdowns along with Xavier Rhodes. They all were Xavier Rhodes' fault. And why the fuck was Kyler Murray a 77 overall?
Smith fan.
I am a Harrison Smith fan, but I don't think he's the best safety in football. I think you either have to go Tyrann Mathieu or you have to go Jamal Adams. Because Jamal Adams is out there with a fucking 93 pass rush grade. And like almost a record for... Hell, had he not got injured, he would have broke the record for sacks by a safety in a season. I don't see how you don't put Jamal Adams near the top. He was he was an all-pro rookie and an all-pro this year. How do you not make him the top safety in the game?
Let me ask you this.
Over Harrison Smith?
Let me ask you this. What does Stephon Gilmore have on Jalen Ramsey?
He's humble.
Stop.
No.
That's literally it. Yeah, that's probably it.
His entanglement skills.
So a humble rating gets you 5 points?
Nah, I think any corner any elite corner who played in New England would get a 99
I just think about
overall.
Jalen Ramsey as a player and as a prospect, and like literally, like, what could you add in a fucking lab to make him better?
I personally want Jalen Ramsey as a free safety, but that's just me.
But I'm just saying,
he doesn't
either
get
way,
a lot of picks.
Either way, though, like he's
give
literally
him more
the perfect
speed,
DB.
but he's literally the perfect DB. But I also would just prefer him as a free safety because I know ain't nobody getting shit over the top. Like, it's done. You got to run.
And I get it.
Third down.
It's cool to like I get it.
You can't throw on me.
It's
if
cool
I'm
to
Jalen
shit
Ramsey
on Khalil Mack now, but like really,
he
you got to
deserved
take
a
him
90.
out of the 99 club.
He deserved a 99. Aaron Donald has all this ungodly ability. But if you know, if he's an outside linebacker though, not a DN. If you put him at DN, he has to be 99. Like Chandler Jones, Von Miller kind of got a shit Madden rating. But I just want to know how T.J. Watt got an 86 in Madden after putting up almost Defensive Player of the Year type numbers. How did Micah Fitzpatrick get an 87 in Madden after the year he had?
Those first 6 games. Well, he got better with the Steelers.
But he has an 87 coming into the season.
High.
How does Kyler Murray have a 77 and his speed should be faster? His accuracy should be better. Like, how do you give him... He's barely above Joe Burrow
Is Mustard
by
the
one
fastest
fucking
running
point.
back in the league? Is Mustard the fastest running back in the league?
Most start? Yeah, 95.
But is he the fastest running back?
He's not the fastest running back. But when they say miles per hour on a touchdown run, he had like the fastest one.
As far as the analytics.
Yes.
Okay, I guess.
Tyreek Hill should just have 100. They should
Because
just
running
start.
backs
They
get
should
into
go
the
with the
fucking
100
open field
ratings.
all the time.
Could they just go with the 100 rating and stop acting like that shit when they had it for Devin Hester? But if you went in and changed anything, he would lose that 100-point speed rating. That shit used to get me mad.